Hey everybody, Joe Robinson here at Spencer's Ventura Mattress Factory here in Ventura, California. I'm really excited. Today we are opening up another bed. You guys have been loving our videos. We really appreciate all the comments and the likes. Please keep watching. If you haven't watched our channel before, we open up beds and we give our honest opinion on the construction of the bed. We've opened up a Beauty Rest, we've opened up a Purple mattress, we've opened up a Casper and a couple others. So today we are going to be opening one of the leading manufacturers of beds, Avocado Mattress. And to be honest, we've always been fans of Avocado. We sometimes even refer people to Avocado who are looking for an affordable, all-natural option. But we've also been reluctant to do that because we don't love their price points, because we know about another bed that's very similar, and you can watch another video that's going to talk about that. But today we're going to open up an Avocado mattress for you guys. Thanks for watching.
So here we go. We're going to open this Avocado. This is Avocado's base model. They have a children's model as well. So this is a twin size. Okay, here we go. Right now it's still vacuum packed. This is the bottom. I opened up, the bottom is on the inside. Let's cut the package.
You can see the springs.
This is the springs before I cut it open. This is the bottom. Looks like a cotton canvas type material, which is nice. Again, if you're going to buy a bed in the box, buy something like this. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to go over and explain why I'm recommending this particular one or Harvest Green. I'm sure online now everyone's seen many of these, but this is how we can ship them UPS or FedEx. So this twin sells for $7.99 on their site, $800 for this twin. It's got some handles on it, which is nice. I believe Harvest Green doesn't. So when we manufacture mattresses, we have handles that we put on our beds, on some beds and some we don't. Handles are mainly for positioning your mattress if you wanted to, but once it's in spot, it's really not necessary to do.
Right.
Harvest Green, I believe, doesn't have handles. We're going to find out. So handles cost us, I like to say $4 a piece or so.
Okay.
4 times 4 is 10.
16.
Then
right?
you mark it up, and now you're at $30 expense to the consumer. It's got a nice look to it.
It does. I mean, it's nice. It's soft.
Uh-huh.
It's nice that it's organic.
So it's not tape edged. Tape edge is what we're going to show you next. When you see this right here, they're just sewn together from the inside.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's not as it's not as seamless.
No polyurethane foam is used.
Yeah, you can actually feel the coils right here, which is kind of,
well,
I'm not used to feeling that.
Well, because there's no polyurethane foam. When you buy a real nice organic mattress, you're not going to have polyurethane foam in it. And
so there's no of that edge that you do with some of the beds.
Yeah, the clean edge where you can't feel the coils, and that's the real gist of this whole mattress business, and the natural versus the synthetic, the polyurethane foam. See what really is in both of these.
Right.
So
we're about to cut this guy open.
There are some loose strings. There's nothing. That's just cosmetic. That's machinery, just leaving its left over. Never want to pull them. And even if they're unstitched periodically in here, leave it alone. It's not going to do anything. Flip it over. I'm going to show you how it's actually sealed up. This is the top, and this, Joe, if I were to guess, it's a medium.
Yeah, right. Because it feels fairly firm.
It's actually, this could be comfortable because you're close to springs. It's nice.
Right.
Okay, let's flip it over. So this is where the bed opens and closes on a machine. I don't know if you can, that machine over there, it goes around the track, and we add this tape all the way around.
In the center there.
And that's how we seal it up. So this is called a tape edge in the mattress industry. So there's nothing on the bottom, on the top, then this is where it's closed.
Right.
So we're gonna actually take this, and we're gonna start here, if I can get this open, and show you how we open them. Right. This is called a law label. Everyone should know about their law labels. Do not pull these off. This will have all the pertinent information for you. Latex foam rubber, 91%. Wool fiber, 9%. And that wool fiber is for fire barrier. Keep it on there. You want to keep it because if you don't keep it on there, you won't be able to get service on your mattress if you ever need service, as far as warranty standards are. They ask for the law labels. Okay. I'm going to peel this down here.
This is what is this, a wool or a?
That is, that's a fire barrier.
That's a fire barrier.
Yeah, but it's wool.
It is, right?
That looks like what they call.
It feels like it.
It's what they call, I think, a needle punch wool. I'd have to verify the term of it. They wrap that around it.
Cool.
Yeah.
This seems like a better constructed bed than some of the ones we've opened.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
No,
we haven't really opened it up yet.
No, this is nice. This is nice. Listen, this isn't 100% natural. And I'll tell you why. I'll show you something in here. And this won't be either. So as many claims as companies are saying how natural they are, there's still petroleum products in these beds.
Right.
And I'll show you what that is. And it's in 99% of the beds made in America. So there is...
it's kind of like the organic certification in the supermarket. Like, even if it's certified organic tomato, they still, like 5% of the stuff they use is still non-organic.
Yeah, I don't know what the
certification.
I don't know what the percentage is.
I used to do organic beer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nothing is 100% organic. Not one thing.
So don't let fancy marketing...
Except for the manure that they put on. That's 100% organic.
So this is wool here, quilted, and this looks like a wool wrap. It may have some rayon. Matter of fact, let me check the lot label, I'll tell you. Does it say rayon in here? No, so you're strictly wool materials wrapping these springs. Okay, so let's tear this off, Joe. And these are called hog rings. They just staple that on there. And this is the bottom. So you want to just leave it at that? Just pull back that much, probably?
Yeah, that works.
I don't think we need to take it all apart. I just wanted to take the myth out of everything being all natural.
Totally.
Really, let's just
sure.
cut it for what it is. So this is polypropylene right here. This is petroleum-based material that goes over each coil. And it's actually, see all this glue? It's glued down to it right here.
Oh yeah.
To hold it on. So, and that's a process to hold. This is called Scrim. But each coil is independently wrapped in polypropylene. They're not wrapped in organic cotton. There are spring units out of Europe, and there may be one or two manufacturers that make them in America that wrap them in actual cotton fabric, and they don't glue them together. But this is polypropylene, a lot of it in the bed.
Okay, that's good to know.
And Harvest Green's going to have that as well.
Okay.
I just know the producers of these coils that's the way they do it here in America. It's not 100% natural.
So what are we thinking so far about this?
I think it's a nice spring unit. This has got a double wrapped edge here. So these coils are smaller, tighter, more stronger, and they go around the edge. If it were...
But not just on the side.
Yes, because people need firmer edges. When you lay at the edge, you don't want to feel like you're rolling off.
Right,
it's really flexible. And think about it. How do you roll it up and put it in a box this big if it had a steel wire rod going around that made it more firm?
Of course.
So years ago, they took the rods out for adjustable bed purposes. They're easy to bend.
Oh, right.
So a flex bed is good as long as you have a thicker gauge coil around the sides of it. And that's what this is. And this is a thinner gauge coil. Oh, this could be the same. But anyhow, they're bigger. And then you have a strong tacked one there. These are good coil units. Looks like a lot of coils in here too. There's only 2 turns to this coil, meaning how many times does it actually turn? The more turns you put into a coil, see how many turns there are?
Yeah, so the edge has like 6 almost,
the more compression it actually holds, so the less steel's in this coil.
So the bigger ones have about...
So that's the bottom. Now we're going to flip it over again. And I don't know if this is pure wool, but it looks like it is. But we're going to take this off here. This is going in production, like when we do our production. So here we go, guys. Here we go. This one's an inch thicker than this one.
Okay.
I believe that's the difference between these two.
Now what, both of the layers, or just
I think there's
combined?
a 1-inch layer from what I know.
And
two 1-inch layers right here.
Are these the same? One's a little
No,
colored.
this one is, and this is Dunlop latex, which is, or they're claiming it's organic, and really, there is no way to prove. So underneath, it's lighter in color, and even on the bottom of this layer, it's lighter because this is probably was sitting out in a factory for a day or two outside, before.
And that's all it takes.
It just takes a day of light, like from our skylight up here, Joe, to actually hit this and to start turning it yellow. That's how UV lighting affects it.
Right.
And UV lighting affects any kind of polyurethane foam, any latex. Hey, let me just tell you, over time, this does disintegrate and break down over time.
It does, right?
It does. All latex does, but it's much more durable than any kind of polyurethane. So they have 2 layers in here directly on top of the spring. So like in beds that I make, Joe, we'll put a layer of unbleached cotton on top of this spring. We use water-based adhesives and laminate everything. This is not laminated. which is fine. You know, it can do either way. If it's in a king size, you could get some shifting.
Right.
And that's why the next models up are going to have like these tufts in them on our tufting. If they watch one of our tufting videos, it runs all the way through it and it holds it all together without laminating it. And tufting's a lot less money. My water-based adhesives that I get, my latex and salt water, they're a lot of money to actually laminate and time-wise and put it on each layer so it's proper and it sits and it sticks.
Right.
We can take it to our punch machine over there and put a few buttons in, and you don't have to do that. It's a cost-saving measure.
Something to keep in mind, when we opened up Beautyrest Black, that was all adhesive, but it was a pore adhesive, and that was a good example of that's there can be movement around. So if you don't laminate it, sometimes it can mess.
Yes, and that's what they use here. This roll, this adhesive here is what you'd see like in the Beautyrest, you know, mass-produced lines. So they've gotten pretty big too. So the bigger you get, the more you're going to do production in a faster scale.
Right, right.
It's just a certain. It's called scaling. It's just the way it is at a certain point.
So this looks like a pretty simple build.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Very simple. So this sells for $800. Cost of my spring here, if I were to buy a spring like this, is about $100. The latex comes from most likely Sri Lanka. It seems like, I don't know where this does, but they're the biggest supplier. I like it for $7.99. My Churchill & Smiths, I have a line called churchillandsmith.com, and that's a higher end version of all these. Yeah, we would be probably at $1,000 on my particular line, but we do other things in our beds that we add the layer of cotton in there. We do a little bit more to it, but I think
like the laminate so it doesn't move around.
Yeah, it's a good value for $800, and you want a nice eco-friendly organic mattress that you know there's no harmful chemicals other than this polypropylene. I think it's the best you can do.
All right, is there more to see on this one? Are we gonna?
I don't think there is, Joe. I think it's pretty simple. What I'd like to do is then now open a Harvest Green mattress and compare. And I know this one, price-wise, this is $5.99.
So it's more affordable.
It is. It's got one less layer of this, of the latex on top, and that's for cost cutting, I believe, for price point, because it's the same bed essentially, but it's just got a less layer of this. And I think that's for price point at an entry level, which is great for kids, guest rooms. It's all natural. So I think until we open this, we really don't know. I'm more interested in the next level up, the next tier of beds that where they really compare side by side.
Right.
And that's where the value really lies on a purchase, where you're going to save $400 or $500 going with a Harvest Green versus an Avocado.
This is the base model of Avocado mattress, and as you can see, it's a pretty simple build. And we stand behind it. It's a solid purchase for the price.
You're getting what you're paying for.
Yeah, you're getting what you're paying for.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing I think that sticks out to me is that they don't laminate, which isn't a big deal for a twin size mattress. But if you look at our Beautyrest video, if it's not laminated or laminated properly, like it's not on the Beautyrest, then the king size beds, the larger models, if you move the bed around too much, or you're a bigger person and you move around a lot,
you'll get some floppiness.
These materials can kind of move, and then you'll see ridges in your bed. And check out the Beautyrest video, because that is filled with ridges. So that would be my only concern, in that they don't laminate. But it's kind of great that they don't, because it allows it to be breathable and all that kind of stuff too.
No. I mean, this is it's natural, or it's organic. Other than the polypropylene-based springs, other than that, it's you know, they're doing their job. It's not like you're overpaying. It really not.
Great. Thanks for opening this up.